We didn't ask for money. We asked for accountability and good governance, which includes ending corruption and stopping corruption. That is what we asked for. We asked for civic spaces. We asked for freedom of expression. These are the issues we asked for. Don't give me fish. Teach me how to fish. Especially because you have amassed a lot of wealth and you are more wealthy than the electorate. So teach us your formula. We also want to become rich and wealthy like you. When we were advising you, you were not paying attention. You were not listening because you were preoccupied with the idea that we are being sponsored by civil society organizations and opposition. You were not paying attention because you were focused on trying to stop us from using social media because you believe we know nothing about governance. You were preoccupied with the idea of calling us disgruntled youths who are stupid. You were not paying attention because you were preoccupied with the idea of breaking our bonds. You were busy abusing the police and asking them to look for us, to search every bush there is in this country, to try and find a group of young people who simply demanded to be heard, who are simply trying to show you what direction you can take if you are really going to respond to the issues that young people are facing. But alas, you were not listening, and that's why now you are shooting in the wrong direction. You are responding to what does not exist. Making pronouncements such as giving money to artists is not what will solve the problems that the young people of this country are facing. Moreover, when it comes to disbursement of funds or allocation of money, we know how it goes, and we know that there's no proper criteria, there's no proper mechanism that can allow just any person to access those funds, because we know who gets that money. It is those that are politically aligned, those that are politically connected. What about the rest of the Zambian youths who don't even have a voice to sing? What about the rest of the Zambian youths who are demanding employment? What about the students? What about the graduates who have been waiting for jobs? Let me remind you what the real issues are. The real issues are youth unemployment, freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom of assembly, access to information, the fight against corruption. How does dishing out money solve those problems? Our students in different institutions are complaining. Yes, we accept that there is a problem, and the problem is COVID-19. And it's difficult for people to sit in a classroom. And therefore, the initiative of e-learning has come, and it's there world over. But how realistic is it? Can people afford the bundles? What about the poor internet connectivity in our country? How are we sorting it out? What about that student who is based in a rural area and they don't have access to the internet? They don't even own a smartphone. How do we ensure that this e-learning benefits them? Or how do we ensure that it actually works for them? These are the questions, these are the real issues that we should be sorting out. What about those students who have no access to television or radio? A lot of young people actually do not have access to radio and TV. We are not listening to radio and TV. So how do you access e-learning? You have chosen to empower your cadres and not the general citizenry. Your cadres are even more powerful than the professionally trained police officers. Our men and women in uniform, who we hold in high esteem, have been degraded. because they have no power over these cadres. Look at them parading the streets. Look at them assembling anywhere at any time. Mwe makadda njipusheko. Bushe imwe ama permit mupoka kwisa aya kupangayo ama protest mupanga pali ponse fie. Fweta batupelako. For some of us, if we have to protest, we have to go and do it from the bush. But for the cadres, they are beloved. They can have a permit. I don't know whether it's a written or a verbal permit, and they just go ahead and they march, they protest, they call it a peaceful protest, they are protected. It's all good. What about the rest of us? Awe kwena kanunga ewo spirit eiri pa Zambia. I told you, we are all Zambians, but some people are more Zambian than others. That's how come they have all these privileges. Even when it comes to contracts and jobs and access to all these empowerment schemes, it will be them benefiting. Why? Because they are the ones who are loved. Not because of their brains, but because of their muscle. They protect their paymasters. We know this game. We know how it goes. We are watching. Zambians are watching. The youth are watching. We are watching all these things that you're doing. And we're not relenting. We're not stopping. Break our bones. Kill us. We will still not stop. We are not alone. Everybody is concerned when things are wrong. And the best you can do is to listen and act on the things that people are complaining about and not intimidating people and stopping them from talking. I really feel for our men and women in uniform. And especially because they don't even have a union. They have no mouthpiece. Nobody can speak for them about the poor conditions of service or about the way that they have been degraded. I don't know if it's being downgraded because cadres are more powerful than them. Yet they are the professionals and no one can speak for them. We meet these people on the streets, in case you didn't know, and they whisper in our ears and say, please speak for us. We cannot speak. And those are the people that you send to try and break our bones. Those same people, we know what they are going through. They are not in agreement with this system. They don't agree with you. You may force them to do all these evil things, but they don't agree. It is wrong. Those are people's parents. They leave their homes going to do professional service, and all they get are instructions to go and intimidate people, to go and harass people, innocent people, and to leave the cadres alone because those are special to a certain group of people who call themselves powerful because they feel that they made themselves powerful. They forget that there was a voter out there who put them in that position for them to start feeling powerful. They forget that 2021 is coming and they'll be kneeling down again asking for a vote from that same person that you are intimidating and abusing out there, using state machinery and the powerful police weapons. Oh my goodness, our country. Cry, my beloved country, Zambia. When it comes to the application of the law, the Public Order Act, all these COVID-19 regulations, are they only going to be applicable to a certain group of society? So some of us have to abide by those guidelines, but your cadres do not have to. They can gather in groups, more than 50, hundreds, or even thousands, and nothing will be done against them. But if any other person tries it, or even just tries to protest from the streets, they are not allowed. The cadres can do it anytime. And you have no say. And when we complain, you want to say, we are disgruntled. Yes, we are dissatisfied. Bushe, mufwa tukalande mu Chinese ero mukatumfwa. Awe banetwarira pafula. You see, this youth movement, no matter how many times we may try to accuse us of being opposition or of being sponsored by civil society organizations or whoever it is that you suspect is sponsoring us. It is simply the reflection of what is on the ground, that people are not happy. And all you can do is pay attention, give them an ear, listen to what the people are saying, and act on it. Chiri kuli imwe. We will not stop talking. We will keep on talking. Those that want to hear us out will hear us out. I only hope that it won't be too late. Let us stop wasting time accusing people and always pointing fingers and saying those who are speaking out are being funded, those who are speaking out are being sponsored. It's not about being sponsored here. We've already told you that people are sponsored by their poverty. The youth movement is non-partisan. We have stated that consistently. And we have said it does not even matter who is in power. Whether it's 2021, whether it's 2020, whether it's after 2021, we shall continue to hold our leaders accountable because enough is enough. We cannot afford to continue keeping quiet when things are going wrong, when our country is being sold and handed over to people who are not Zambians. That is wrong. It's not correct, and we will not keep quiet. We will not be silenced. So let's stop accusing the youth movement of being sponsored and pay attention to what the young people are saying, because that is what really matters, not the threats that you are making. You are wasting time that you can invest in implementing the good ideas that are coming from the young people. They are actually helping you to find the solutions to the problems that are there. When people point out problems, what you have to do is to work with them to look for solutions. You promised people that you had the solutions. You wanted to make things better. So do it. Don't waste time responding with threats and trying to break the bonds of young people. In the words of a young broadcaster, don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. Because when you understand our needs, then it will be easy for you to respond with solutions and actions. I wish you the very best. Chiri kuli imwe.